There's a lot of great K-beauty products out there on the market just waiting to be discovered. A lot. Like a lot. It's really overwhelming to look at all the products out there and figure out what's the best one for you. And one of the easiest ways to kind of like speed up the process of finding something new is to look at popular products. I mean, products that we've just heard about a lot, maybe from beauty bloggers or on social media. Maybe we've just read a lot of reviews of popular products. I personally love to go to Yesstyle and go sort by popularity. It's just easier. But the thing about popularity is a little something that will follow a popular product is called hype. Hype is not a bad thing per se, but it's something to be aware of because sometimes the hype of a popular product can drown out the answer to our question. Is it worth it for me? So give this video a big thumbs up because today I plan to answer that question for 4 popular products that might have a little bit of hype to them. We're going to break down those ingredients. We're going to be talking about the function of the product. Plus we're going to talk about my experience using them, price, maybe some red flags to the product that you need to be aware of. And ultimately we're going to decide, is this product worth it for you? So the first product that I want to talk about is from the brand I'm From. And in my opinion, the products from I'm From, a lot of them really just carry a lot of popularity. And one of the products that's been popular from their line for a long time is the I'm From Ginseng Serum. Now this contains 7.9% ginseng extract. It is Korean ginseng that's been aged for 6 years. So Korean ginseng in comparison to other varieties like Western ginseng is really interesting because Korean ginseng is like the gold standard in the ginseng world. It's just better. It has more benefits for your health and it even has more benefits for your skin. It's really just the best of the best. This contains ginseng extract as well as ginseng seed oil. Now we're getting antioxidants from the use of green tea extract. We've also got brightening coming from licorice root. As far as red flags go, there is one here and it is artificial fragrance. Now the smell of ginseng, that scent is, I don't like it. I don't like it. It's quite earthy and it kind of reminds me of the smell of wet dirt. It's just not my cup of tea. However, this doesn't really smell like that exactly. It definitely has like the earthiness. It definitely has like ginseng-esque earthiness to it for sure. But before you smell that, you first smell like sweet and floral, a little spicy, and then ginseng. It's really hard to explain. It is the same scent that is in the wash-off mask as well. Very interesting smell, and I do find it is quite heavy in this serum, in my opinion. Now, it's interesting, they just released a ginseng eye cream in this line, and I have that. It has the same sweet, floral, spicy ginseng smell, but there's no artificial fragrance, and the scent level on that eye cream is a lot lighter. It's a lot lighter, which is leading me to conclude that the scent here is natural. It is coming from the ginseng extract, but they have enhanced it and made it more powerful with the addition of artificial fragrance, which in my opinion, you know, I'm not a huge fan of that. Now, as far as texture goes, this is a nice texture. It's very silky, absorbs into the skin really, really nicely. It's never sticky or tacky. It has a really, really nice texture to it. This feels very almost jelly-like. I call it like a pillow-like effect on the skin because it just has that really nice like cushiony feel to it. Now this is more of a moisturizing serum than it is a hydrating serum. This has a little bit of nourishment to it. As far as my experience with this product, I definitely did experience a nice rosy, healthy appearance to my skin. And I do seem to get that with ginseng products in general. They really do seem to kind of give that like flush of health. It is a little bit different from that lit from within glow. There definitely is a little bit more of like a flushed appearance to your face in a good way, not red, but just like kind of like if you lightly like went for a jog, you kind of get that little flush of health around your cheeks. It's kind of like that. It's very flattering. Now, as far as other benefits go with this one, you know, it does claim to help with your skin's elasticity. That's a really hard one to judge for a couple of reasons. Number one, Elasticity is one of those benefits. I think that you need to use something for a very long time. I'm talking like bottles and bottles of a product, right? To really judge if it has done anything to improve your skin's elasticity. The other reason why it's just difficult for me to judge that is because I don't have a lot of elasticity needs right now at this, current moment in time. So for me, it's a difficult one to judge. And I do like to include this in my skincare routine for more like preventative measures. But beyond that, it's moisturizing. And that's about it. It's a great ingredient. Don't get me wrong. I think there's a good formulation here, minus that fragrance. I'm just not a fan of it. I'm not a fan of the smell, really. I'm not a huge fan of it. The level, the so heavy scent. So that being said, I mean, it is a $27 serum. It's expensive. It's a pricey brand, and it's an expensive serum, and you only get 30 milliliters. I'm used to getting about 50 milliliters with most of my serums. So for $27 and a little bit less, I can't really say that this product is really worth it, honestly. It's nice. There's nothing terrible about it, but it just isn't really sparking joy. In fact, I've had my bottle for a long time and I'm just not reaching for it. And that in itself is really my review. It's nice, but I'm not reaching for it because it's just not really impressing me. So good product, but I don't know that it necessarily is worth the popularity that it receives. Okay, so the next product is probably one of the most popular K-beauty products ever. You want to talk about hype? We got to talk about Laneige Water Sleeping Mask. This is such an iconic product. And in fact, I really do believe that this is the product that put sleeping masks on the map. Have you guys noticed recently, like in the last year or two, a lot of Western brands are coming out with sleeping packs? And I really think it's because Laneige really broke the mainstream with this product. So what is it? This is a sleeping mask that claims to recharge your skin with hydration while you're sleeping. And the way that it does this is with hydroionized mineral water, which can penetrate into your skin deeper. Now, this also makes use of a technology that Laneige calls moisture wrap, and they describe it as a network of beta-glucan that has a delayed time release on it. So basically, it's releasing moisturizing beta-glucan into your skin over time as you're sleeping to kind of help keep your skin hydrated and moisturized throughout the night. Now, as far as the ingredients go, as far as red flags go, there's a few in here. Surprisingly, we've got alcohol, simple alcohol on the list. We've got added fragrance. We've also got synthetic color, if that's something that you don't like to see in your products. Colorants, there is a little bit of color in this one. Texture-wise, this is such a nice texture. It really is a nice texture. It is a very lightweight, a watery gel texture that just spreads across your skin really quickly, absorbs really quickly, and on application, it definitely does feel like a drink of water for your skin. It feels very watery on application and hydrating. As far as my experience with this one, that's really my experience. Let me tell you my history with this product first. I did try this product in like around the year 2015 when I was a little bit more green in the Korean beauty space. And this was my first sleeping mask that I ever used. Why? Because it was popular, right? It was popular and hyped up and I picked it up on a whim. It wasn't bad. It didn't do anything bad to my skin. It wasn't like an immediate, like, throw this away. But I do particularly remember the feeling of, and I know a lot of us knew, like when we're new, we think this, we're like, am I using this wrong? Everybody seems to love this and I'm not getting anything from this. Like, am I using this wrong? I wasn't using it wrong. I just didn't like it. I did use the whole jar, but I just remember using it up quickly because I was just like, I just want to get through this and just get something else. So that's how I felt about it back then. I got the opportunity to try this again a couple of months ago, and my feelings on this, now that I'm a little bit more educated, I know what to expect from sleeping packs. I've tried a ton of them. My experience with this, now updated, is It's the same. It's really the same. I honestly thought that my opinion might change now that I kind of know what I want from a sleeping pack. And what I want from a sleeping pack is not what this offers. What I want from a sleeping pack at the very basic level is I need this to protect my skin from transepidermal water loss as I sleep. I have dehydrated skin. I'm prone to losing a good amount of water from my skin as I sleep, and that's really what I reach for sleeping packs for. Yeah, they can definitely refine the skin and brighten them, and that's great, but what I really reach for is that extra layer of protection, particularly on dry nights, right? This doesn't do that. This doesn't do that. By nature, this just really doesn't do it. It's so lightweight, it's so gel-like, it's so thin. It just doesn't have the occlusivity power that I look for in a sleeping pack. The other thing that I will say about this, and this could be due to the fact that it's not occlusive enough, it could be due to my dehydration, or it could be due to the fact that this just doesn't carry a lot of hydration. Either way, I wake up with skin that feels drier in the morning from using this than when I don't use it. And it's certainly from when I use a different sleeping pack, I don't have that experience. It almost seems like it makes my skin a touch drier. It could be the alcohol in the formula. It could be that it's just not protective enough. I'm not exactly sure, but what I can tell you is this is really not something that I can recommend for people who are dehydrated. On top of all of that, it's for what it is and for other comparable products on the market. Specifically, I'm thinking in my mind the sleeping masks that I do reach for time and time again, particularly the CosRX Honey Sleeping Mask. I also like the actually a really similar product is the Etude House Bubble Tea Mask. Both of those are like $15 and under, and this mask retails for $25. So honestly, this just is not, for me, it doesn't really work that well. Is it worth the hype? I think there's better sleeping masks out there on the market. For the experience of trying it for yourself, I just really feel like we always have that curiosity to try those popular products. It might be worth a shot for you. I think especially if you have oily skin, this is going to be the type of sleeping mask you're going to like. Just because it's so thin, it's so lightweight, it's such a nice gel texture, this will probably be enough for your skin. But dry skin, dehydrated skin, beware of that promise of the water. I just don't think that you're gonna get it from this sleeping mask. So next up is a new product to the K-beauty scene, but just like I said about I'm From, this is a brand that inspires a lot of popularity. They release a product and it's immediately popular. And of course, I'm talking about Klairs. This is their fundamental watery oil drop. So what is a watery oil drop? Well, this is actually a serum that has the benefits of a facial oil without the drawbacks, without the greasiness particularly. Now, interesting thing to note, this does say that it has the benefits of an oil, but it contains no oil. I don't know, was I the only one confused about this? I was looking at the ingredients, looking for the oil. No oil here, but it is meant to be just as nourishing and moisturizing. That's really the idea behind this product. So key ingredients here are going to be green tea water, which offers a lot of antioxidant protection. We also have fermented extracts of yeast and rice in this one. Plus, this contains 2 peptides in it. It contains copper tripeptide 1, which is a very good peptide with a lot of anti-aging benefits to it, as well as acetohexapeptide 8, which is a peptide that has an actual immediate effect on the skin. Almost instantly, it can really firm your skin and smooth your skin. It is in fact often referenced as the Botox peptide because it works so fast on your skin and so visibly as well. Now, as far as red flags go, I actually really can't find any on this list. This is actually essential oil free, which is rare for a product from Klairs. It is fragrance free and it's also alcohol free. Now, of course, if you are individually sensitive to fermented ingredients, just take note, there is a couple of uses of fermented ingredients on the list, but besides that, I can't find any common irritants on this list. As far as the texture goes, it's quite surprising because it's very thin and runny. This is called a serum, but it's it's just a lot thinner than most serums are. I would actually classify the texture somewhere in between like an essence and like a thick toner. That's kind of where it lies. This is a really nice product to use. I must admit that this is very likely my favorite, at least currently speaking, my favorite product from Klairs. I really like this a lot, and I actually was slow to love this. And that's actually kind of rare with me, honestly. I usually know if I do or don't like a product pretty quickly. But for me, this one kind of unfolded slowly. I do reach for this a lot, particularly in the morning time. It does offer some good antioxidant protection in it, but I'm really reaching for this because of how it makes my skin look. I'm going to chalk this up to that acetylhexapeptide 8. Remember that Botox peptide? Because this makes my skin so like plump with hydration and moisture, so smooth looking, and just so good. Like I think it does have an immediate kind of like little firming benefit or something. Like it's like plumping, but like the next level plump. Like my skin just looks so smooth and good when I use this. It also gives that kind of like nice glass skin, very, very mild, but just that kind of like nice glass skin kind of appearance. And so it's a great prep for makeup. I really do appreciate how this makes my skin look without, it really does not go into the greasy territory at all. It goes into the glowy territory. And I just love how this makes my skin feel on the inside too. It's very balancing. So is this worth it? I definitely think that if everything I just said sounded really good to you, yeah, it's worth it. This is expensive though. This is $31 for a serum. It's a little bit much for K-Beauty, right? It is a little bit pricey. It is the 50 milliliter size, which is kind of what I expect from a serum, to be honest with you. And that actually makes this a better choice than the I'm From Ginseng serum, which is about the same price, $27 for 20 milliliters less. So I actually think that comparatively speaking, from this video, this is a better deal, but it is still a little bit of a pricey product. So I wanted to kind of share a little bit more in depth about my experience with this, because this is a product that's really unveiled a lot of benefits to me over time. And I was slow to love it, but I really do enjoy the experience of using this product. When you think about cleansers, particularly first cleansers, I'm sure that this brand is going to come into your mind before I even say it. I'm talking about a cleansing balm that's been around for a long time. Banila Co. Clean and Zero. Yes, these are iconic cleansers. If you go to any K-Beauty website and you go cleansers most popular, these babies are showing up for sure. Now, Banila is actually quite similar to Laneige in my opinion, in that it was kind of like the first of its kind on the market. Maybe not the first, but it was one of the first, and it definitely stood the test of time. Not only that, but it also broke the mainstream. Have you guys noticed recently that there's been a lot of cleansing balms coming out from Western brands? Just like the Laneige water sleeping mask inspired Western brands to follow the trend, so has Banila Co. Because Banila came out many years ago. They've been through quite a few packaging changes, by the way, as well as a reformulation, but they've really stood the test of time. So there are 4 different versions. We've got the original, which is the pink tub. We've also got revitalizing. We have a purifying version, that's blue, and we also have a nourishing version, and that is yellow. Across all 4 ingredients lists, you are not, I repeat, not going to find mineral oil, alcohol, essential oils, nor are you going to find a common ingredient found in cleansing balms called polyethylene. Now, this is an ingredient that really helps keep the balm solid, basically. So it's very, very common to find in these balm-like products. However, there are some concerns about its environmental impact, basically. So it is nice to see that that ingredient has not been used in the new reformulation. That ingredient was in the old formula, by the way, but they've recently reformulated, and that is no longer a part of the ingredients list, which is nice to see. So there is fragrance here, though, when we're talking red flags. One here in the Banila Co. Clean at Zero, across all 4 formulas, there is artificial fragrance. Now, in my opinion, the original is the one that has the heaviest scent. And then the one that has the least detectable scent is actually the nourishing one. I was shocked actually to find artificial fragrance in this one in the ingredients list just because I can't smell anything on this. So experience, what do I think? What's the deal with the balm? The deal with the balm is that it works. It works really well. It's a first cleanser. It's hard to get super, super excited about cleansing off your makeup, right? This does the job effectively. It removes makeup and sunscreen easily. I feel like it broke down makeup quite well without too much effort. You really didn't have to rub or work it in too hard. And I'm talking particularly when it comes to heavy eye makeup. One thing that I really like about this that I have not experienced with other cleansing balms that I've tried in the past. This rinses away really cleanly without a residue left over on my skin. That's one of the things that has always been a turnoff for me in cleansing balms. And just to let you guys know my personal bias, I do prefer cleansing oils to balms because I've just always felt that balms have left a waxy residue on my face before I go in for my second cleanser. So I just don't like that. It's just a personal turnoff for me. And it was really nice to experience the Banila cleanser because it doesn't do that. It does wash away really, really nicely without much residue on the skin. So that was something that I really appreciated about this cleanser. So as far as the question of is it worth it, I think I probably already answered it. This is a very solid product that just works. And I would go so far as to say that this is probably the best cleansing balm that I have tried throughout the years. Now, that comes down to two things. It comes down definitely to cleaning away, washing away without any residue. That was a big one for me personally. And of course, the ingredients list. You know, cleansing balms are a difficult one if you like to avoid certain ingredients, and especially that question of the polyethylene. If you don't like to see that type of ingredient in your skincare, I'm really happy that Banila reformulated to exclude that ingredient. As far as other cleansing balms that I've tried, it just has a better ingredients list. Fragrance aside, for me personally, it still rises above the ones that I've tried in the past. So I do think it's worth it. It's full retail is $25 for 100 milliliters. A little pricey. You can always get it on sale though. This is my favorite one of the ones I've tried. The Nourishing really impressed me. This one, I believe, has been formulated for more dry skin, and it's meant to really preserve moisture on your skin to like not strip 1 ounce of moisture from your skin as you're washing your makeup away. And I don't know, I just really liked this formula a lot, and it was my favorite of the bunch. So that was pretty interesting. We had like a 50-50 mix. Some products were really unimpressive and some really rose up to the top. So I'm really curious to know, how do you feel about popular products? Let me know in the comment box below. Have popular products been really good for you? Have you found some great holy grails? Or have they kind of burned you? Have they just not worked out well? I'm curious to know how you feel about that. Pretty much this video is how I feel. It's very 50-50 for me, but I do like to get to the bottom of the is it worth it question. So if you absolutely love Korean skincare products and you're not subscribed to my channel, please consider subscribing. I release 2 new K-beauty videos every single week, and don't forget to become part of the notification squad so you're never out of the loop when I drop that new video. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day. I absolutely cannot wait to see you in the next video. I have some great ones coming up for you, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.